The only thing the Joy ads have ever said is the costliest perfume in the world. They're bragging about the fact that it's so expensive. If you don't like the smell of Joy perfume, have your nose fixed. It can't be the perfume. The perfume costs $365 an ounce. Take another example. Motel 6. See, Motel 6 is the lowest cost of any national motel chain in America. Now, here's a very good point. If you're selling a low-priced product, a good thing to tell people is what they don't get with the low price. In other words, what they have to give up in order to get the benefit of having a low price. That's what Motel 6 does. Here's an ad that says how to take a bath at Motel 6. The poor guy's in the shower. There are no bathtubs in Motel 6. That's what you have to give up to get the low price at Motel 6. If you want to get in the mind of anybody, the best way to start is by saying something negative about yourself, something negative about your product. That's the law of candor. Well, there's a mistake here about line extensions. The thing that causes your problem is not the line extension per se. It's advertising and communicating that line extension and confusing the mind of the customer or prospect. The first thing a company should do is to focus their advertising on a single product or service. It's not so important exactly what they manufacture and sell. The most important thing here is the advertising. If you focus your advertising on a single product, even though you have, let's say, a relatively broad line, you still have a focused approach. Well, nothing in business can you ever know exactly. It's always a guess. It's always your good judgment. For example, Lotus. Lotus got started in spreadsheets. But the spreadsheet business is kind of a commodity. It doesn't have much expansion. Everybody that has it or needs a spreadsheet has a spreadsheet. So Lotus decided to change their focus, and they focused on groupware. Very successful focus. They were first in a new category. They created that new category, groupware, with a product called Notes. They were so successful that IBM paid them $3.5 billion for that company. That's an enormous price. Well, you see, most advertising agencies believe in the power of creativity. What is creativity? It's kind of hard to define, but fundamentally, creativity means doing something different. Whatever anybody else is doing, you do it different. So, in a sense, they're looking for maybe wild and crazy ways to say things, and yet, you see, focus and all those other positioning concepts are based on simple ideas like being first, like creating a new category. Most advertising agencies don't find that these things are very creative, so they resist them. I don't think it's a question of a theory here or a principle. I think most advertising agencies are devoted to doing something different. They are trying to be creative. And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. In other words, what I'm saying is it doesn't really matter whether an ad is creative or not. The thing that matters is whether the ad establishes the right focus for a company inside the mind. And then it could be very uncreative and still be very successful. Oh, it has to be the entire company, and it has to be led by the chief executive or the CEO. A company today cannot be successful unless the chief executive is a good marketing person. I mean, that is crucial. And as a matter of fact, I think companies should be run from a marketing point of view, not a financial point of view, not a production or a manufacturing point of view. If you want to be successful today, marketing is where it's at. Well, I have a couple of candidates, and they're all chief executives because chief executives are really the only one that can have the total control you need to do a good marketing job. For example, Robert Gozetta, Chief Executive of Coca-Cola, has done a terrific job. Coca-Cola is worth, it's the third wealthiest company in the entire world. In other words, it's worth these days $120 billion. A very successful company. My second candidate would be Andy Grove, the Chief Executive of Intel. Intel has 80% of the worldwide business for microprocessors. See, one of the principles here is that you dominate a market. When you dominate a market, you become very, very, very powerful. And I would have to say Bill Gates, although he's made some mistakes, Bill Gates has 90% of the operating system business, the desktop computer operating system business in the entire world. That is really powerful. And there's some other people that are very good. Michael Dell of Dell Computer has done a terrific job in dominating the direct selling market for personal computers. And there are quite a few others, but those are my top choices. These are the laws of marketing. They're simple, they're basic, they're fundamental. They're really easy to understand. The problem is applying the laws to your specific situation. See, any real-life situation is complicated, a lot of things happening out there. It's difficult to see the forest for the trees. But I can assure you that if you study your situation long enough, you'll find that some things will become crystal clear. You'll be able to see your situation in terms of one of the laws of marketing. If you apply that law to your situation, if you diligently pursue the law of marketing, I guarantee you will be a big success, your company will be a big success. On the other hand, violate the laws of marketing, and you do so at your own risk. So long. Some other product, but I forgot what it was. Okay, here we go.